Greetings, users. Welcome back. Last time we talked about how to maximize our energy and uh, how to be more efficient with it. And so, what I realized was that telling you all about these redstone energy conduits, I didn't exactly tell you how to make them. And why? Is because they require their own special machines. You actually have to fill these fill this redstone fill these pipes with redstone. So, well, let's just start off with how do we do it. So what we got to do is we have to make these energy conduits, which these little energy conduits here are actually made from uh, just empty conduits, which are just electrum and hardened glass, and then this is used for inside a liquid transposer. What you do is you fill it up with redstone, which this right here is molten redstone. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a special magma crucible just for the redstone to push into the liquid transposer. So over here, I've got a little project table set up with the recipe for a liquid transposer. So if we look at this guy here, there we go. A liquid transposer is comprised of a machine frame with two pieces of glass, two copper, another redstone reception cell because this is, or I'm sorry, redstone reception coil because obviously this machine receives energy from a machine. So, and then of course we need a bucket on top. So we've got the machine frame here, two pieces of glass, bucket on top, copper, and redstone reception coil. So we've made a liquid transposer. Now what a liquid transposer does is if I go ahead and I plug in some power to it here. Remember, we've got our energy cells that we can pick up and move. This one's got 6,000 EU on it. And where's my wrench? Nope, I need to put in two coils there, see? Alright, so we're going to wrench that one. And then throw in a second one there. Make this one suck off the battery. So now, zoop, filling up. So, a liquid transposer is mainly a storage tank for liquid, essentially. So if I take some of these water cans here and I start plopping them into here, it'll empty the cans into it and spit out these empty cans. So these little cans aren't too hard to make. What I've found is actually the aluminum ore that generates from Zycraft is fairly useless for anything other than making these little, aluminum ore comes down into these little aluminum ingots, or little nuggets, which, I mean, these nuggets are used for making aluminum cans. You can also make aluminum blocks, but mainly you can make little aluminum torches out of it, and that's about it. So what I do is I take these little nuggets here and just make all the cans I want. So what we've done is we've pulled off about 10 water cans and we've filled up this side barrel. Oop, unfortunately these are regular cans these are probably tin cans made out of tin instead of aluminum. So what we need to do then is we need to figure out how to get the, oh, I placed that well. There we go, back down to regular mode. So what we need to figure out is how to get redstone into these energy conduits. So what we're going to do is place down our magma crucible, and we're going to set it right here on top of our liquid transposer. So we've got our magma crucible, and we're just going to plug it in with power. See it filling up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw, well, let's check our configuration here real quick. We're going to turn everything off because we don't want our stuff going anywhere we don't want it to. So now we've got the magma crucible on top, liquid transposer on the bottom. So what that means we need to do is set the bottom as the output. So what that's going to do is it's going to, let's empty out our liquid transposer because we can't put molten redstone in there if we've already got, actually here, let's do this. We'll let this build up some molten redstone so you can see it. Goes fairly quickly. It's just only 25 per redstone piece of redstone. So in order to get a full 1,000 MBs, what we need is basically 10 redstone dust in order to get one bucket. So this could take a while. So now while we're doing that, we're going to go down here. Oops. Go down here, and we're going to finish unloading our water back out so we can get an empty tank. And then what's going to happen is the magma crucible is going to push the molten redstone down into the liquid transposer for us. So now that we're empty, you'll see that we need to set this to an input. Actually, I don't think it needs anything. Turn all these off. And we'll set that to, there we go. Okay. So it is now filling up our liquid transposer. So now if we get some of those energy conduits, which are just simply made by our hardened glass, which we talked about last time is pulverized obsidian and lead smelted down into hardened glass. And then we've got these electrum ingots. Now electrum ingots are pretty nifty because what they are is there we go. There we go. They are comprised, electrum blend is comprised of pulverized gold and pulverized silver. So gold and silver together give you electrum. Now electrum can be really handy for making different materials because you can also use an electrum with the redstone, and this gives us a redstone conductance coil, which actually is used in machines that both send and receive electricity. Things like the energy cell frame that we're going to make. Well, I'm sorry, the energy cell frame, I believe, is for... yeah, that's what we're going to make our redstone energy cell out of. Okay. So let's go back and look at the recipe again. So we've got hardened glass, electrum, and a diamond in the middle of it. So it's a little expensive to make this energy cell, but that's what we see over here. And as you can tell, yeah, it's barely taken any kind of power out of it, and we've already gone through almost a whole stack of redstone. And now we're ready to make a couple of these guys. So let's make 4. And then what we'll see here is when I put them into here, it fills up the energy conduits and gives us redstone energy conduits. So this is how I made the power conduit wire that we use for our little setup over here. So next what we're going to do is if we wanted to make the actual energy cell, we need that, and I don't have the diamonds. So boom, plopping that in there gives us the actual cell frame. Now before I run out of energy, or redstone, let's go ahead and fill this bad boy up. Oh, looks like I don't quite have enough. So it's going to take, I believe, about 10. Oops. I think it's going to take about 10 ingots, or I'm sorry, 10 redstone just to fill up one. Yep, takes a full 1,000 just to, there it goes, slowly. Takes a full 1,000 just to fill up the energy cell. Now, not to be alarmed, a lot of these thermal expansion machines will actually consume the item, so to speak. They'll consume it before they spit it out. So there was 1,000, boom, gone. So what it did was it disappeared for a second while it was filling up. But that comes in handy when you're doing smelting and stuff. Now, you'll notice that this one, oh, matter of fact, I believe the cell frames come full. Oh, okay, so what, sorry, not to be confused with redstone energy cell. This is after it's been charged. So what we have to do with this guy is we combine, in order to make him into a redstone energy cell, we have to combine him with electrum, one of those redstone conductance coils I just told you about. This little guy has to have the electrum ingot. So let's get us a couple lead here. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do stacks. I meant to do. Okay, so let's go back over here to our electrum. So we're going to need 1 piece of electrum and 2 pieces of redstone to get that conductance coil. Okay, and then next we're going to need the empty frame, electrum, and the 2 lead at the bottom. And then now what we have is an energy cell ready to be charged. So now what we'd have to do is plug him back in place of this guy, for instance. Plug him in here. There we go. Turn on the machines, and what you'll see is he'll slowly start charging once the magma engines get fired up. Alright, so now here's another thing that we hadn't gone over. If the engines, for instance, do this little, they start giving you like particle effects, or you know they're turned on and they're not working, what you got to do is you got to whack them with a hammer and it resets them. Because it looks like we already had power going to it. They just burned down on us because now they're all fixed and ready to go. Magma engines will do that. Instead of blowing up, what they do is they kind of overheat. And so what we'll have to do is reset that like that to get them going. As you can see, it's refilling, but it looks like we've got some machines that are taking up some power that it's not able to. Oh, which one is it? Which one is it? Huh. There we go. All the machines are full, so now we're getting a backlog surplus of energy stored up. So I hope that explains a little bit. I feel like I was missing some information for you guys. I didn't explain the redstone energy conduit, so I hope that helps. Like I said, if you guys have any more problems or questions, give me a holler. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I appreciate the support. If you enjoyed what you saw, give me a like, maybe subscribe. Hopefully there's going to be a lot more of these videos coming, and of course if there's anything you guys would like to see in future episodes, I've actually included a Google form down below in the description that you guys can fill out for suggestions / feedback, so you guys tell me how I'm doing and what you guys like. I appreciate all the support, and stay tuned for more.